Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new video here. So today I've got the Champions League group stage predictions video. Basically, I'm just going to be getting all the groups that were announced a couple of days ago on the UEFA website and just putting them in order who I will think will finish top, second, third and bottom. Now before I get into this video, I just want to give a quick shout out to It's Josh, who basically made the Champions League group stages graphics for this, and they look absolutely fantastic. And if you want any graphics being done for you, and then just be sure to hit him up on Twitter, and I'm sure he will be able to do them for you for a pretty reasonable price. Now we're going to get into the first group in this video, which is Group A, and it looks like a pretty decent group on paper. I mean, you've got PSG, Arsenal, Basel, Ludogorets, who I think personally will finish bottom pretty convincingly in the end and not be able to pick up too many points. I could be completely wrong there, but I just can't see them having enough quality to pick up any points at all, which is why I put them pretty convincingly bottom. Now getting further up the table, I've got PSG top. In the end, they've got the best team in the group. I can't see them really finishing any lower than second, any lower than first. I can't see them finishing second. I can see them finishing pretty convincingly first. Second, I've got Basel. Now, this is one of the more controversial decisions I've made, because on paper, Arsenal just look like they're going to qualify very, very easily, and they should do, to be honest, with the team they've got. But from the start they've had to the Premier League, and the way that Arsene Wenger just refuses to sign players that they quite clearly need, that anyone can see that they need, like a striker, a centre back. I just can't see them if they don't sign any new players from now till the end of the transfer window. I can see them actually finishing third, and Basel actually nicking that second place spot, because Basel actually have a decent team. They've got Janko, they've got El Elyounoussi, I think that's how you pronounce it, a decent young winger in the team as well. They have a decent quality team, and if Arsenal don't really play to what they should do, then I can see them actually, probably for the first time in a long time, missing out on that second place. Now getting on to Group B, we have got a group that looks pretty close actually on paper. You got Napoli, Benfica, Besiktas and Dynamo Kiev. Now I can see Napoli finishing pretty convincingly in first. I mean, they lost Higuain last season, in the transfer window last season, which is a huge blow for them, don't get me wrong, in terms of actually progressing past the round of 16 further on to the competition. But I can see them actually qualifying from this group. I mean, it's not the most strongest group in the world, bar Benfica really. Besiktas I can't see having enough quality to actually get out of the third place and nicking that second spot off Benfica. I can see them finishing pretty comfortably in third. Dynamo Kiev I can't see really doing much really to challenge Besiktas to that third place. I can see Besiktas finishing third, Benfica in second, and Napoli pretty comfortably in first. Now getting to Group C, we have got one of the groups which has got quite a few big teams in really. I mean, you've got Barcelona, Man City, Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are actually probably one of the underrated teams in the tournament. I mean, they've got Thorgan Hazard, who in the qualifying for the Champions League actually got a hat-trick against Young Boys. And I mean, if you think you recognise that name, Thorgan Hazard, it's because it is Eden Hazard's brother.
Cheers, Jeff.
But definitely he'll be learning some stuff off his brother probably. And I mean, it shows in the game against Young Boys. He got a hat-trick. I looked at some of the goals as well, pretty decent goals, and he could be their secret weapon in the Champions League. Now, whether it'll be enough to get them into the round of 16, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be fairly close actually though. Gladbach I can see picking up about 9 points, Man City getting 10, Barcelona getting 16 though, but just to be honest, I can't see Gladbach having enough quality to kind of beat Man City to the second place spot, so I put them in third. Going into the Europa League, they might be able to do something there, but Champions League wise, I can't see them progressing much further. Man City, they're not going to beat Barcelona to the first spot, let's be realistic. I've got them in second, Barcelona in first, Celtic in fourth. Pretty self-explanatory group really. I can't really see any of them doing better than what they were actually expected to do. Celtic aren't really gonna challenge anyone really, in my opinion, which is why I've got them in last with 0 wins, 0 draws and 6 defeats. Again, into Group D, we have got the group with Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, the two big boys at the top, which I can see getting a lot of points, and the two bottom teams there not picking up too many points actually, not really getting much of the spoils of the points, to be honest. Now, one of the things that I was kind of thinking about in this group was Rostov. Now, Rostov, if you don't know what Rostov did last season, basically they did a Russian version of Leicester City. They were in debt, they were in a relegation battle the season before, and out of nowhere this season they just put up a massive title challenge, really pushed Zenit to the end really. They were top for quite a lot of the season, but unfortunately for them they did actually lose it at the end of the season, finishing second in the end. But considering the situation they were in last season, it is still a fantastic achievement for them to be in this position in the Champions League, and they didn't do it easily either. They went in the Champions League qualifiers and they went and they beat Ajax 4-1. I don't know how Ajax got beat 4-1. I always thought that Ajax were a decent team. Obviously, at the moment, they're not doing fantastic, and that's not just based off that game as well. I was having a look at like the league recently, and they're not doing fantastic. I was talking to an Ajax fan on Twitter as well, and they said that they're not playing very good at the moment. So I don't know what's happened to Ajax, but Rostov definitely took advantage of that and picked up a decent win, getting him into the Champions League. Now the big question is, after last season, can they really take that another level and challenge in the Champions League, especially in a group like this where, looking at the top two teams, they're not going to get top two. I mean, surely they're not going to get top two. You know what bloody football's like, but surely they're not going to get top two, with the top two in this group being probably the Champions League winner contenders, Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich. Both of them obviously been in the Champions League final in recent years. But can they get that third spot? And my answer to that is, I don't think so. I don't think they'll have the quality to really take it to the next level, which is why I've got them in last. I can't see them beating PSV, because even though PSV have lost some important players in the recent years with Wijnaldum, Depay. I mean, you can criticise Depay all you want, but when he was at PSV, he was absolutely ripping shit up in the Dutch league. But I think PSV will finish pretty comfortably in third, Rostov finishing bottom, and it should be a pretty interesting group really on both ends. You know, Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid battling out for them two top places, who will get first, who will get second, and also for PSV and Rostov as well. It should be pretty interesting to see who actually gets the Europa League place. Now getting on to Group E, which is one that actually kind of took my attention really, because Tottenham Hotspur and Bayern Leverkusen, two teams that I couldn't really decide who was going to finish top, and in the end I actually decided to give it to Bayern Leverkusen. Now, on most of these groups, I didn't actually think like this team's going to finish top, so I'm just going to put them top. It was based on like I did a calculator thing, and it calculated the tables based on what results I give for all teams. And in the end, Bayern Leverkusen did finish top, which is what I actually expected and what I actually thought would actually happen, and think will happen in real life. And you're probably wondering, well, why? Tottenham were fantastic last season, but so were Bayern Leverkusen, and the team that Bayern Leverkusen have got, I mean, they've got Hernandez up front, Bellarabi, they've got Calhanoglu, which in my opinion is an absolutely fantastic centre mid. I think Calhanoglu is really, really underrated. I know a lot of people rate him, but there's quite a lot of people that think he's overrated as well, which is absolutely bizarre. They've also got Bernd Leno, who arguably one of the second best goalkeepers in the Bundesliga at the moment. Fantastic goalkeeper. They've got strong defence as well, and I really do think they can actually beat Tottenham Hotspur to the top of this Champions League group. Bayern Leverkusen I can see finishing top, Tottenham second, Monaco third, and Moscow last. Pretty close group at the bottom, to be honest. Well, actually, no, both of the sides of the table actually. Monaco and Moscow both tied at 3 points. Tottenham Hotspur and Bayern Leverkusen at 13 points. I mean, if that group's like that in real life, it'd be an absolutely fantastic group to see who actually finishes top and who finishes third on both sides of the group. Now, getting into Group F, we have got the Real Madrid group, and Real Madrid are obviously going to finish top. I mean, it could be wrong, but I can't see any other team finishing top when you got the likes of Real Madrid. And like the Barcelona group, I can't really find a way to justify putting anyone other than Barcelona or Real Madrid at the top of either of them groups. I can't see it happening, to be honest. So I put Barcelona top, winning all 6 of their games against Dortmund, Sporting Lisbon and Legia Warsaw. I can't see them having any slip-ups in that group, really. Now, the second team, which is Borussia Dortmund, I've put with 3 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats. Now, them 2 defeats I think were against Real Madrid, so they have got a difficult group. Borussia Dortmund, they've got Sporting Lisbon and Real Madrid, but I can see them finishing second. Sporting Lisbon finishing 3 points behind them. And I mean, Sporting Lisbon could even push them even closer, because Sporting Lisbon do have a good team. But I can just see Dortmund finishing pretty comfortably in second. They shouldn't have too many problems, and Legia Warsaw in last. So getting on to Group G, and it's a group that Leicester City, the underdog Kings, have somehow found themselves in after somehow winning the title last season in the Barclays Premier League, which is now called the English Premier League, or just the Premier League. I'm not 100% sure what it's called now. But anyway, they won the league last season out of absolute nowhere after a relegation scrap the season before, and they've actually got a bit lucky. They're in an easiest group. Now, it is an easiest group. That's not saying that they'll definitely go through. They will still have to play pretty well. There is a few decent teams in there, like Club Brugge, and definitely Porto, who I actually think would finish top of the group, because I think in the end they'll just have a bit too much quality for Leicester. They might bring them close in the game that they have against each other, and Leicester might give them a bit of a battle to get the 3 points. But I think they will do the double over them, and I think they will win that group fairly convincingly. Now, out of who will finish second and actually go through, Leicester City I've got to finish second. they should, if they can even find half of the form that they had last season, because obviously they haven't had a great start to the Premier League this season, then I think they should still go through. I'd be very surprised if they don't go through. Club Brugge are, not going to lie, a decent team still, but they should have enough quality to beat Club Brugge and definitely Copenhagen to get in the qualification to the next round of the Champions League. Now, Club Brugge and Copenhagen, I think Club Brugge will get the Europa League players. Copenhagen, I can't actually think of any player that I actually know from Copenhagen. That's not to say they don't have a good team, but I know a few players from Club Brugge, and all round I think they're a better team and one that's more suited to actually get through into the Europa League places in this group. Now, getting into the last group, we have got Group H, which actually has a couple of teams that could actually get through into the next round and also the Europa League. Now, I've got Juventus to finish top pretty convincingly. I mean, I can't see Lyon really challenging them. Lyon are a good team. If they were in any other group, if they were in a group that didn't have like a huge European team in, like Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona, then I could maybe see them actually topping their group, because they have got a decent team this year. But with Juventus in there, with the quality they've added this summer and the quality they already had, I can't see them finishing anywhere other than top. I mean, they got Higuain that they got for 75 million, which is a lot of money, but he is an absolutely fantastic striker nonetheless. He'll be helping them get the goals in to help them qualify, and also Pjanic as well. They've just got a way too good of a team to in my opinion, for them to finish any lower than first, and they could probably even go on and win the Champions League. I don't want to make too big a statement early on before the Champions League even started, but they have got a fantastic team and they could maybe go all the way this year. Now, in second place, I got Lyon. Like I said, can't see them challenging Juventus too much. With 7 points, I've got them there. 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses. 2 of them 3 losses I've got against Juventus, because I can just see Juventus having too much for them in both the games. Now, in third and fourth, I've got Sevilla in third and Dynamo Zagreb in fourth. Sevilla, they'll be trying to get into the next round of the Champions League, but in terms of quality, I can see Sevilla just not being able to have enough to really get into that second place spot. I have got them really close though, both on 7 points. Sevilla narrowly missing out on goal difference, but if they go into the Europa League, then that'll probably be more suited for them, because I think they've won it about 4 times in a row now, so they could maybe turn that into 5 if they don't get through this group and actually get knocked out into the Europa League. But it will be close. I think it will be. I'm not saying it will definitely be decided on goal difference, but in the scores that I've predicted and the league calculator has done, I've got them both on 7 points, but Olympique Lyon going through on goal difference. Last, I've got Dynamo Zagreb. I just can't see them having enough quality to really get many points in this group. I've got them on 3 points. 1 win, I think that was against Sevilla, where I put them to win narrowly 1-0 at Zagreb. That could happen, that could not happen, I don't know. They could finish on 0, they could even shock a few people and get into the Europa League, knocking out either Lyon or Sevilla. You just never know really. These groups could be completely different to what I predicted here, but these are just my opinions. So that is it for this video, guys. If you have enjoyed, then be sure to hit the like button down below. And also, if you disagree or agree with any of the groups, then be sure to put in the comments down below which ones you disagree with and what you would actually predict them groups to turn out. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.